Hello and welcome to episode, what was it, 153?
Yep, off to a good start.
153 of the Truly Daebak Show. I actually almost said Daebak Cast for some reason. This is hopefully soonish going to be a bi-weekly podcast again. And yeah, each week we come together to talk about, or each 2 weeks. All right, getting back into it, guys.
Fortnite.
Each fortnight.
It's a Fortnite podcast.
We come together to talk about K-pop and what's current in the K-pop industry. This week we got Andrew back because there's some cool stuff you want to talk about. And yeah, as always, I'm joined by Nate.
It's getting too stronger. My feelings for you. Thank you, Dreamcatcher, for that great English.
Yes.
Grammar. Also, I want to shout out. I got a bunch of new
light sticks.
Light sticks. And my Luna cape, which you can't really see. It says Luna on here in white.
It just looks like you're wearing a fancy gold jacket right now.
And then I got the scepter and the fancy bag to put the scepter in because you need a whole fucking telescopic carrying case to carry this thing because it's 3 feet long.
Yes.
And then I got V2 pink panda bong. I got V2 Uju bong. And I got V2 GFriend, which just looks like the Uju Sonyo light stick because everything does now. I think ATEEZ looks like that, and a couple other groups have just started doing the gyroscope thing.
It is honestly just like the cleanest one.
Oh, it's really good.
What I was gonna say is Nate's a K-pop hype beast now.
Yeah,
yeah, he is.
Also, I have long hair, but you can't really tell with the headphones.
Yep. Anyway, I'm also joined by Andrew. I'm assuming no 3 things, maybe 3 things.
はい、はじめまして。私は安藤です。K-POP の中で、Walpurgis が一番好きです。よろしくお願いします。
All I heard was Walpurgis is the best. That's all I understood.
Walpurgis, I said, hello, my name is Ando. My favorite K-pop group is Walpurgis.
Amazing. Yes.
They're
right.
An award-winning K-pop group. So. First annual Walpurgis Award.
Academy Award-winning K-pop group.
I didn't say Academy. Don't put words in my mouth.
We're the K-pop Academy. You heard it here.
Okay.
Yep, somebody's going to get mad for me saying that, but whatever.
Also, there's probably a K-pop Academy fan YouTube channel already.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Jacob. #NoBlono. It's in the basement.
Poor Pablo.
But yeah.
Aren't they coming back soon or something?
Dude, Tablo said that he had a new album in the works, and he said it's fucking awesome on Twitter.
Was it an Epic High or was it a solo album?
Epic High.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I assume it was Epic High, so I think that's what the tweet said.
Album of the year 2021.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a Tablo album anytime soon, so considering
maybe Yuna to feature on it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
hope so.
The first Tablo album was a result of like really bad times. So I hope we don't get one anytime soon good, for Tablo's sake.
Yeah, it's
so good.
It's a perfect sad boy album, but
yep, exactly. But yeah, anyways, we're back this week. I finally graduated, so
congratulations.
TM is. I still got some outstanding items on the system, but I'm pretty sure I actually did complete them. So on our system at school, there's like a checklist of all these things you have to fulfill. There's 3 of them that are unchecked. 2 of them make no sense. They're like literally contradictions. It's like you need to take 1 200 level course, 1 300 level course. I've taken multiple of each, and it still says that's incomplete.
They're not.
So I assume that's a glitch.
Yeah.
And then the third one is like this class that when I was freshman, they were like the digital arts advisor. She was like, you don't have to take that because you're also computer science major. It was like this coding and art class
intro to CS
and I was like,
for non-CS majors.
So yeah, that's literally all I have left. So I'm assuming I'm good. I sent in the request to graduate. They haven't told me you're not graduating, so I think
they didn't give you the fancy paper yet. And
if they don't, I'll just call up my advisor and be like, bruh.
Basically, yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm graduated, so I'm done with school, got more free time.
He's unemployed.
Basically,
now.
just No, I'm now a NEET, except I am educated. I'm just an educated unemployed. But I'm what is it? Not educated. I'm just a NEET.
not educated in employment or in training.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm a net because I'm not in employment or training. Anyways, yeah, so now that I got some more free time on our hands, I hope we can be more consistent this coming year.
This year was obviously quite difficult.
Yeah, a train wreck.
To just in all sorts of the word. So obviously we're not very consistent with putting out episodes this year, but hopefully we can get back to it now that Jacob's done with school and I've adjusted to working from home for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I can't go back.
Yep.
So we got like a whole list of stuff that we want to cover. So
Discord.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Join Discord. Join Discord. It's super cool. You can meet a lot of cool people. That's the best way that you can really get to communicate back and forth with us, how we can communicate with our community and stuff like that. So if you want to get involved, definitely join Discord. We do a ton of different activities, discography listens, song ratings, etc.
Fantasy League, if we
I think
do that again.
Fantasy League is on the table, I think. I have no idea if that's
it's
still
a
going.
questionable thing if it happens again.
Yeah, but anyway, we do a lot of cool activities. We have a lot of different topics of discussion and stuff. So yeah, definitely join that. As Nate mentioned, we're going to be doing TDAs this year, just on a smaller scale, just so it's not as workload burdensome. So we're going to do like more of a low-key thing on Discord. So yeah, if you want to participate in Fans Choice, definitely join the Discord and get involved with that if you want to participate.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do a video, either a special video or an episode on the nominees and then the winners, obviously. So that stuff will still go up on YouTube, but if you want to do the fan vote, that we're not going to run that on Twitter like we used to the past few years. We're just going to do it inside Discord, so join there if you want to vote.
Yep. All right. So I think all of the housekeeping's out of the way, all the updates and whatnot. So as I mentioned before, we got this whole list of stuff that we didn't get to cover, and this isn't even everything. It's mostly just like our favorite stuff we wanted to cover. So
I just call this like the 2020 like girl group extravaganza or something like that, because it's just basically it's all girl groups. Boy groups suck.
Except it doesn't have weekly on it, unfortunately.
Yep. We could talk about weekly at some point. Yeah,
actually,
I guess if we feel like it after all of this, we can.
Yeah,
we
that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know how long this is gonna take already, so that's why I didn't want to add it. But if we have time, we could talk about the weekly comeback, because I think Jacob and I talked about the debut, but we never talked about.
We covered the debut mini. We just haven't covered their first comeback yet.
Zigzag.
So actually, before we get into everything, I forgot also our new segment we introduced. What have y'all been have been listening to lately?
Nothing.
Oh, that's new.
Video game music. Next gen is here, and I've been playing a lot of PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Amazing. I guess I've been listening to a lot of. That's the thing. I actually don't listen to K-pop that much anymore. Surprisingly, well, just most of it only for just reviews, or if it's just one of the few groups I still listen to. But I guess most of the time I'm just listening to, I don't know, J-pop or Japanese rock groups or something. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of like city pop, like Henri, or like that type of thing.
Yeah, I've been trying to actually expand out more into like trying out some J-pop artists and stuff, J-pop, J-rock and stuff. Mostly just what like Aiden and Stu have been talking about in the non-K-pop channel on Discord. They'll be like, stream this album right now, and I'll be like, okay, what kind of music is it? Because I do want to like kind of like branch out in that direction a little bit. So so far lately I've been listening to Eerie, which Stu likes a lot. Yes. Yep. Sheena Ringo, I listened to her first album. I really liked.
Sheena's amazing.
Utada, everybody likes her. So yeah.
So none of us have been listening to K-pop.
No, I have. I was getting that out of the way first. Yeah, no, I've been spamming the crap out of Boa's new album. I mean, relatively speaking, for me at least. Yeah, her new album, Better, is amazing. I listened to the new Yerin Baek a few times. TAEYEON's new mini album I've been listening to. We'll talk about all three of those things. So, yeah. We started a Urban Zacapa discography listen on Discord, which I need to finish because we only got through like a third or so of their discog. I was supposed to continue that today, but it didn't end up happening. So I'm going to see if people want to continue that tomorrow. But yeah, actually this ever since like this semester, I've actually gotten back into K-pop more like to the level I used to. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
I think I'm starting to get back there. Like, so I said I haven't been listening to anything. I did catch up last week. I had literally like 3 or 4 months of singles queued up in my like YouTube watch later list that I just never watched any of them. So I just sat down for like a really long time and watched through all the singles. So I caught up on singles and stuff.
Because for you usually listen to music when you drive, right? And there's
that's a big part of the problem. Is like not really probably 85% of the time I listened to music before was while I was driving to or from work. Yep, and that doesn't happen anymore. Problem. So I don't really listen to music anymore. But I just kind of need to get into like listening around the house, which I didn't really do before. I did listen to NCT's album. 2020 album, the first one. I haven't listened to the second one yet. So like the
second one's
stuff,
a repackage, technically.
I haven't listened. There's like 5 new songs or whatever. But I actually did really like that album. So we're not going to talk about it today, but I did enjoy that album a lot.
Yep. If you want to hear our thoughts on that, you can just show up on Discord and be like, what do people think about that?
I don't know if you guys...
I loved the song that everyone hated the most.
Which one?
It was like Me and Cooper. Is it like it's like Light Bulb? I think is the name of it. Is that one of the songs? I'll check. Go ahead, Andrew. I cut you off a little bit.
Did you guys talk about Davida? Because that's the only other one. That's the only other.
No, I actually hold on. Let me add that. I never listened to her. I've been wanting to because people were talking about her on Discord.
Amazing.
And like her Twitter seems funny.
Yeah, no, she like her music is really good. Like if you're
into
like
Creme, right?
Yeah, but like her like debut single, or like I guess her debut single under AOMG.
No, and Movin'.
Her name is Davida, and her lead single is called Evita, which is pretty funny. But it's amazing. It's like really like old school like 80s synth pop. So.
Dude, I will love that then. All right.
No, you'll love it.
I'm definitely gonna listen to that later.
I found it on. I first heard it because it was on a. Swear to God, it was on a Valorant playlist for Jet.
Oh, really?
Because you know how Jet is Korean in Valorant, so they just added a bunch of like different like artists to sort of like kind of like what they did with KDA, like sort of like what each of the characters
like they're like a real character sort of thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's cool.
Also, I might over break. Don't hold me to this, but I might do like a stream on Discord of opening the like 40 albums that I have sitting next to me that are unopened.
Wait, you just haven't opened anything?
I just buy the albums and then they put them in my room and I have not opened like any of them. So that might be a thing I do. I was looking around. I've got like Eyes One here, which is like their last album, not the new one, but the last Korean album, like the third one. And then it goes all the way back to like 6 months of albums.
Yeah.
So I might do that at some point because I gotta open all these albums and see what's in them.
So anyway, you should stream that on YouTube. I think that'd be like pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I gotta figure out how to do streaming on YouTube, but
you can just do it on your phone because just remember when I think I did an unboxing or something of a haul like from KCON or something.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
You just did on your phone.
Yeah, you were there, Nate. I think
I was dropping.
I'm pretty sure it was you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember you doing that now. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it was very scuffed, but it was good.
Yeah.
So, after technical difficulties, we've been sidelined. Anyway, should we just get into our list and just kind of go
think
through
we're
them.
good to go.
All right. So, Eyes 112. If Andrew wants to lead the way on that.
I don't think this would have been on our list if Andrew wasn't here.
Yeah, I would have been like ignoring.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah,
I don't think any of these Japanese albums would be on the list.
I honestly didn't even
Shikataga
listen. Wasn't gonna listen to it until it got put on the list.
Okay, I guess first one we'll talk about is Eyes One's first, and I guess maybe their only Japanese album.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, they're not putting out a Japanese album again. 12.
It's also only an album because they put a bunch of old songs on it.
Yeah, that's the
like,
thing. It's
five
mostly
new
repackages.
songs. It's not. It's
Eyes
not
1
an album.
greatest hits.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
mostly
you
repackaged.
Eyes 1 garbage hits.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so like half of it's just the older Japanese singles, so all the stuff that you kind of don't want to listen to, except for Tsukitoi Wasatai, all the stuff that isn't listenable. And then we get to the new song, or the lead single, Beware, which, oh boy, is a pile of hot garbage. Like I have zero music production skills, but I think I could produce a better song. Like I think I could edit this song better than who the fuck at like AKS did, because oh my god.
I said this earlier about Vampire, but it kind of like works for Buenos Aires and this one, where it's like whoever was producing it originally just went, fuck it, I am done with this, walked out, and they just got some random guy to come in and finish it.
That's what it sounds like, and I mean that's
it's
the
like,
thing.
I need to finish this, we need to put this out. And
Like I've spoken extensively about how like not even like Sakamichi series or 48 groups get this level of shit production. I mean, they might not, some of them might be tone deaf and like they can't sing, which is why they have to like vocal layer like 100 people, but at least the music is produced well. This is garbage, like straight up, and it's a disappointment just because I don't know, we really haven't gotten anything as good as Tsukitoi Wasatai. Like it's really
on the
disappointing.
Japanese side, definitely not.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least
not good.
At least the other
For singles, yeah.
Yeah, like some of the album tracks aren't bad. Like Waiting is pretty good. Shy Boy isn't bad. And then Yummy Summer is easily the best like Japanese song they've ever released. Like not even like single album track.
Yummy Summer actually sounds like a K-pop song. It's really good actually.
It's produced by Korean producers, and then Sakura also helped produce it.
Okay,
Yeah, it makes sense.
I guess that explains it.
Yeah.
It sounds like if it sounds like music, it was probably done by like Korean producers, not AKS.
Yeah, for Beware, I had the same thing where I was like, I had my quote from the producers, and I was like, it's like they said, hey, you know all that vocal training you have? Forget all of it and pretend you don't know how singing works.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, the vocals are just so bad, and it's like, I know you at least know how to sing somewhat. Like, Eyes One doesn't have the greatest vocal group, but
but they're competent.
Yeah. And this was just so bad. But yeah, I agree. I think it's probably like the worst of the Japanese songs, like the Japanese produced songs even.
Hell yeah, easily.
But yeah, Yummy Summer was just leagues of, and it's weird because Yummy Summer isn't even that like amazing of a K-pop song, but it just sounds so good like because it's on this album. It's like surrounded by so much bad.
It's the king of like the garbage pile at this point. Yeah. But no, I think it's still a good song though.
Yeah, it's good. Also, I feel like Vampire is still the worst for me. Like, I remember my first time listening to it, it was on a TV and not in headphones. So I feel like it sounded even worse.
Probably.
Like as soon as it got to the high pitched section, it was literally just all clipping together.
The thing is, I could tolerate Vampire like to some degree, because like at least the production on Vampire is at least good. Like the production on Beware is non-existent. Like it's like Vampire is like I'd still put Vampire well above like how poor Beware is. So
yeah, I think it's so weird, like the dichotomy between their K-pop singles and their J-pop singles. Like it's because literally night and day.
It's because AKS, or they changed their name to Vernasalam or something like that. They have to change their name.
What is that?
They have to change their name because I don't know. They had to change their name because the AKS is too associated with the fact that they tried to subdue
BS stuff.
Yeah, with Yamaguchi Maho. So when your name is mostly associated with trying to hide assault, like probably a good idea to change your name. But I mean, that's the thing though. Like even NGT or even even NGT48, which was in like the doghouse because of that incident, got a better song than freaking Beware, like with better singing and everything. So it's just at this point, they really don't care. They the company just does not give a shit about IZ*ONE. They just want.
It is really weird. Do they make less money off IZ*ONE? Because it seems like their most popular members and stuff a lot of them are in IZ*ONE. So it's like.
I think at this point, I think they only really care about IZ*ONE until they can get the J line back, because HKT is on like life support because everyone graduated. Unfortunately, like Sashi, basically it's on poor Tanaka Miku. It's all on her tiny little shoulders trying to hold that group up until Sakura and Nako come back. So if they come back, that's the thing. If IZ*ONE,
or if they stay in Korea and join a K-pop group.
Yeah, if IZ*ONE's permanent, or if they stay in Korea and join a K-pop group, rip HKT basically. Well, I guess just rip AKB48 in general, just because they've definitely been surpassed by Sakamichi series and another group we'll talk about later in NiziU.
Yeah, I think my final thoughts for this album, I was like, before I listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, I never bought this album. And then afterwards, I was like, I wonder if I could sell my Japanese IZ*ONE albums. I was I don't know why I bought any of them. And I don't know if I ever even opened them because I knew the music was bad. Well, because the problem is I pre-ordered most of them. And I was like... the first one I pre-ordered, I was like, okay, I want to collect all of IZ*ONE stuff. And then I liked Tsukito Wastai a lot. A lot relative to the rest of the Japanese music.
Yeah.
And so I pre-ordered the next album, and that had either Vampire or Buenos Aires on it.
That was Buenos Aires, yeah.
I was like, okay, now I regret pre-ordering this. But then I just stuck with it with Vampire, and then after that, I was like, okay, I'm just not buying any more Japanese music. And I didn't even open albums.
At least there's still like photo cards or something. I don't know.
So I'm like, I wonder if I could sell those, because I really just want to keep the Korean albums. Which are also not only is the music dichotomy ridiculous, you have the album packaging, where the Japanese albums are just jewel cases, and IZ*ONE has some of the best Korean album packaging. It's so pretty, and I feel comes with so much stuff.
I'm making an assumption, but I feel like the Japanese, I feel like they still use jewel case just because it's they still buy physical CDs, so it's just uniform.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a big part of it, at least.
Yeah, because if you think about it, in Korea, it's
they stream. They just buy because it's got the photo book and stuff.
It's only hardcore fans that really buy this, the albums. Whereas in Japan, they still Oricon's chart is still largely based off of physical sales. They had to. They only created a digital streaming chart within maybe the past decade or so. Streaming streaming is such a vast new concept to Japan, so much so that so much Japanese music only is just getting added onto Spotify just because they didn't realize.
That used to drive me crazy. I'm like, you want us to buy the physical, but you don't let us buy the physical.
Hey, it's a lot better than how back in the day they thought they'd upload. J-pop artists would have to upload their music videos at 240p because they were afraid
people wouldn't pirate it.
Yeah, so people would buy the album so they could get, and also it'd be the short version too.
You have to buy the DVD. You get the DVD on the album or whatever that has a music video.
So it's just
really weird. Backwards. I guess while we're on IZ*ONE, I feel like we could just talk about the Korean one now that we're talking about the difference between the two.
Okay, I'll skip to that one. Then
Andrew made a slideshow, so he screwed it all up already.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't even know you had a slideshow going. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the two that stood out to me on the Korean EP is easily Sequence and O Sole Mio. I thought those were both really good.
In a good way. O Sole Mio?
You didn't like it? I liked it.
Not the SF9 song, I like O Sole Mio on Eyes One. I thought it was pretty good.
O Sole Mio just sounds like, okay, it was done by the same production team as Rumor. It basically it sounds like, it just sounds like dollar store Rumor to me, basically.
I don't know. I thought it was good. Rumor is probably my favorite song by them, actually. Although I do like the I like the Produce 48 version better though.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there even a version on one of their albums?
Or no, actually, yes, I have it backwards. Actually, I like the Eyes One version better.
Yeah, no, like I forget. It might have been one of the physical albums where they released the Eyes One version.
Oh yeah, you're
like
right.
The first one.
Physical. Yep.
Yeah.
Mostly just because I like hearing Yana do the rap better than.
What's her name again? Definitely better.
Yeah, I forgot. But anyway, Cube Girl. I forgot what her name was.
Hey, Chowan's rap was good.
Yeah. It was okay. Like I like Yana's voice better. It's like deeper.
Chowan was a better singer than a rapper anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why she was trying to be a rapper, but
it's Cube.
It's Cube. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Like, do you see who like their darling children were?
Yeah, I mean Soyeon. But
Soyeon and before that,
and Yeon.
And before that, it was.
I mean, G-Idol has good singers, I think. But anyway. Sequence I think is by far like the best on the album though. I really, really like the vibe on Sequence. But yeah, what about you guys?
Honestly, I think Panorama's like the worst song on the album.
I mean, not the worst, but I mean, it definitely gets outshined by other songs.
Like I don't know. It seems like the production on it's kind of a mess, and like it's down there with Fiesta for me. Like nothing really ever got back to like La Vie en Rose and Violetta.
Yep.
Like I think,
and I feel like they're just trying to play it safe with the single. I feel like is mainly the issue.
And I think part of it also is that they focus more, like Eyes One's more of like a performance group.
True.
And like the song is definitely made for like a choreography and a performance, where like just listening to it, I'm like, this is like kind of a mess. Also, it seems like the range is a little too high for them. Like some of them are straining on their vocals. Like I think it should have been toned down. I don't think it's a horrendous song, but I think it's my least favorite song on the album, and they're one of my least favorite singles by them. But as for like the album tracks, I thought they were all decent. I liked Island a lot. It's more like, I think Island would have fit as the single better. It's not as overly produced, and I think it fits their range better.
I'd agree with that actually.
But also, and it's different for their single. Like it's more of like an upbeat pop song, as opposed to all their singles have been these like highly like these performance based like dance tracks. So that was probably my favorite, and I thought the rest of them were good. I liked O Sole Mio as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say also, like, even though Andrew doesn't really like it, I think O Sole Mio would have been a good single as well. Like, even though it is very similar to Rumor, I'll give you that. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Like, my main improvements with this album would be replace Island with Yummy Summer and delete O Sole Mio off the face of the universe. And I'd probably give this a 9 in terms of because that's the thing. Panorama is not my favorite song in the album, but I still really liked it. Mostly just because, well, I guess a lot of it definitely is tied to the music video. Just because, I mean, after I guess like the garbage pile that was Secret Story of the Swans music video.
What? Oh, the music video.
The music video.
Like, I really like that song.
Yeah, no, like SSSS, it was like incredible, but like that music video was garbage. But like, so they went back to like their original style of cinematography, and like, yeah, the music video for this is beautiful. Like, there's this one part I really like where Yenna does her part, and then like they follow like they do the hand choreography where she's sort of like making a box with like her like their hands and they're like all following it. So that's really cool. But yeah, I like the song, but it's definitely a lot safer than Secret Story of the Swan was. That'd be my only sort of thing. I really liked how like Secret Story of the Swan was like really out there for them. So, but yeah, so this is definitely a lot more in line with something like a Violetta or like a La Vie en Rose. Yeah. But I wouldn't put it above those two. In terms of album tracks, though, the the two E1 produced tracks, Mise en Scene and Sequence. Yeah, I'd say some of the best album tracks that I've ever heard from IZ*ONE.
Absolutely, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, because basically anything that E1 produces is just, it's almost like a carbon copy of Wooju Sonyo, like early Wooju Sonyo music. So giving that to IZ*ONE's just kind of perfect. I mean, he also did like Merry Go Round. So just, which I talked about on my review, was like, probably my favorite song of the album, just because like how well it was done. So yeah, more E1 produced IZ*ONE songs, please. And I'm like I said in my review last time, like, give me an E1 produced IZ*ONE single. I'd be all over that. Like, basically,
I think a lot of people would like that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know the whole thing is like, oh, like maybe like it's not as like marketable or whatever, but that's the thing. I don't give a shit about marketability. I just want good music at this point.
Yeah,
true. It's mostly all I have to comment on for IZ*ONE. So I guess I wouldn't. I'd say like in terms of like ranking the 3 IZ*ONE albums that came 4, I guess. Oh yeah, like, for this year, yeah.
12. I'd probably still put oh god, what was it, like, hard. Oh god, I'm forgetting what their album titles are called.
Blue Eyes, Soniric Diary.
Yeah. I'd probably still put Blue Eyes as number 1. I maybe like this and Oniric Diary are kind of tied, because I'd agree with that. It depends on like, because I like some of the album tracks. Don't like some of the album tracks, and then obviously 12 at the bottom. But yeah, I'd still think like Blue Eyes was probably like the best release from this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess next thing we have on our list here to just go off of is TAEYON's new Japanese EP. Although it's like barely an EP, it's only 5 songs, but
it's also not even really new anymore.
Yeah, it came out in like September.
I mean,
it's a new relative. One. It's her newest
one.
It's just funny. It's like 4 months old at this point or whatever.
Yeah, and actually, I guess honestly, it could have been a single because there's only 4 new songs. Because I Do came out months before that.
Yeah,
the title track "GirlsSpkOut." When I first heard it, I watched it with the music video first, and I really, really love the colors and stuff on the music video, and also the fact that it's in 4K. So I got to watch it on my TV, and I was like, yes.
SM, that's the one good development this year, is SM finally came around and started
4K
releasing
videos.
4K albums. Yeah, like 4K, like oh god, like 4K what is it called again? Irene and Sulgi.
Monster?
Yeah, 4K Monster is just, I was like, wait a second, SM's not stuck in like 2015.
Yeah, and they've been putting subtitles on their videos and stuff too, which is they used to never do.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, for the actual song Girls Speak Out, at first I was a little bit like I really liked it at first, but I was like, in comparison to other TAEYON tracks, I was lukewarm, if that makes sense, like relatively. But it every listen it grew on me, and I really, really love it now. Yeah. Chanmina's part kind of stuck out at first, but I honestly, it's really grown on me, to be honest. Like, I didn't like it at first. Yeah.
I didn't like it at first just because I wanted more Chanmina. Like, Chanmina's, I'm a huge Chanmina fan, just because I think we actually covered her like a long time ago, because she ended up on Releases list a few years ago because she did a collaboration with like Block B members or something. Like, she did it was like a rap song or something like that came out in Japan or whatever. But
yeah, I remember when you guys started talking about her in the non-K-pop channel, like I was like, I've heard this person's name before, and I couldn't really remember when. That makes more sense.
I mean, I'd say like if you're trying to get into like Japanese music more, I'd say Chanmina's the easiest transition. Like, she's half Korean, half Japanese. Like, she grew up listening to K-pop a lot, so a lot like you can hear a K-pop-ish type of like K-pop R&B, K-pop hip hop type of sound in her music. So yeah, she's definitely the easiest one to get into if you're trying to get into Japanese music at first. So
yeah, I'll check out. She's got 3 full albums, or are these some of these EPs?
Yeah,
no, these are albums. Cool.
Yeah, so she put out a few singles like this year, which were really good. So definitely, go check out Chanmina. But yeah, on this song, like
sure.
I'm still glad that she got to collab. Like I've been waiting for her to get like a high profile like K-pop collab for years, just because she speaks English, Japanese, and Korean fluently. So like she can theoretically she can release songs in Korean if she wanted to.
That would be really interesting to see a Japanese artist cross over into Korea, like
instead of, because it's usually
I don't think anyone's ever done that.
Yeah, because it's usually always been like Korea crossing over into Japan, but it hasn't been like the other way around all that much. But
yep.
I wasn't a huge fan. Like, I'm still not really a huge fan of the feature. I think I like her parts when it's used in support of Taeyeon, but like the solo part just sounded weird and didn't really fit well in the song, in my opinion.
But
I really like the song. I think the bass line's awesome, and I thought it was a great Taeyeon single.
Yeah.
Speaking of good bass lines, though, Worry Free Love.
Yeah, Worry Free Love. Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. It's like Worry Free Love is so good.
Yeah.
Like I was I don't know why, but for some reason I was kind of worried about the album, just like in the back of my mind. But like as soon as this song came on, I was like, hell yes, so good. I mean, though, to be honest, I didn't really have any reason to be worried because like SM always puts out good Japanese music.
Yeah, so. No, SM, it's not IZ*ONE. Like they have like incredible quality. Because I mean, yeah, it's not like they're skipping on producers or anything. Like Worry Free Love was produced by Lindgren and Melanie Fontana, so it's just they're pulling from the same. Like
same reservoir.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I thought the song was awesome. It's got like it's just the instrumentals all throughout the song are fantastic. It's got that trumpet part at the end. And just the fact that they're all real instruments just made the song great.
For sure.
Yeah, probably one of Taeyeon's best, like I'd say probably one of her best Japanese songs, period. Like I'd put it up there with like even the singles.
Yeah. The other B-side I really liked was like Be Real. I thought was really cool too. It's almost like 2000s pop, which I really thought was awesome.
Which definitely in Taeyeon's wheelhouse, 2000s pop music.
I mean, like I feel like that's a big reason why like I just love her solo music so much. It's just because it's like, I don't know. Like I wasn't into it when I was a kid, but it's like nostalgic for me and it just works.
Yeah, because it's she's basically making the same kind of music that we listened to growing up. So
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I thought this was a really good EP, but I didn't expect any less. I mean, even though I, again, had the tiny voice in the back of my head being like, please be good for some reason. But, yeah, I feel like I should just never worry with Taeyeon because she just doesn't miss for me. Except for, like, Happy wasn't the best for me, but it's still a good song, so I wouldn't really
like
consider
Happy.
it a miss.
Like, I know it's...
Yeah, we talked about it. Like, we're saying, like, it was good, but it's, like, her worst single, probably. In my opinion,
yeah, which is like for Taeyeon, it's
like
it's still way better than a lot of people.
I guess for me,
it's like a high school athlete like trying to play like a good high school athlete trying to play with like Olympic athletes or something. Like it's good, but it's not incredible. If that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, like it's kind of just, I guess for me, like Happy was Taeyeon doing like, I don't know, just like old school sort of like 60s sound like doo-wop music. So that, I love that, definitely. I love that style of music. So yeah, her voice I thought would like fit the song really well. So yeah, I still really liked it.
I think mostly is just I was hoping the chorus would go a little more, but it ended up being kind of just chill, I guess, for the most part, which is fine. But yeah. Anyways. KDA next.
Twice.
Twice is next.
Twice. Oh, twice. I skipped it because there's 2 T's in a row. Yeah. All right. Twice. This album, I was really I was pleasantly surprised by. Like I expected it to be good, but this was like way better than I expected. Honestly, like even after their new music style started. Like particularly like I Can't Stop Me, like I spammed the crap out of this. Like honestly, I think this is probably
like a song of the year candidate.
Yeah, candidate for sure. Like this is probably their best song since Heart Shaker for me. I think. Like I really
Wow, Heart
like
Shaker
this song
tier,
a lot.
huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I said it was my favorite Twice single since TT, so yeah.
It's so good.
It's up there as one of their best singles.
Like people have been talking about like who's responsible for this trend, like the 80s like synth pop like sort of
I don't
trend
know,
in
but
K-pop.
I don't care.
Whoever they are, thank you.
Keep it coming.
People say
Yes.
it's either The Weeknd or Dua Lipa or who, but thank you.
And I mean,
It's so good.
This is another song that's produced by Lindgren and Melanie Fontana. So like they've just been on fire this year, basically, with every single they've been putting out.
This style, like honestly, like this is my favorite like K-pop trend in years. Like it just really like hits there for me.
Like, yeah, like we can throw we can throw like Latin pop or like
yes, finally.
Yeah, we can throw
get it out of my face. I'm done with it.
or like I don't know what other trends have been like really like I don't know.
My favorite trend of all time.
Like Tropical House, yeah.
Tropical House, like we can throw Tropical House.
So
Latin
good.
pop,
No, don't throw it away. Keep it around.
We can throw it in the garbage.
It still comes back every summer. It's great.
I want my summer songs to sound like 80s synth pop.
Dude, yeah, just if
like
K-pop like in the future just becomes like my two favorite things at the moment, which is 80s synth pop and then like 2000s pop, like please, yes, thank you.
So basically, like I don't know, it's like Rina Sawayama type music.
Yes, basically, I loved her album this year too.
Yeah, that's literally what you're trying to describe right there.
It's just, dude. Yeah. Anyway, I can't stop me. I can't praise enough. Let's see. What was? I need to remember. You guys keep talking. I'm trying to figure out what my
I'd say that
my favorite song was.
My only gripe is that I wish, like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of my gripe with every full album from Twice or whatever, I guess, just or like every whole album just period in K-pop is a lot. Some of it seems like filler. Like I didn't like as many of the album tracks as I did, but I mean the ones I did like were Believer, that was a London Noise song, so it really like that sort of like deep house type of feel. Shot Clock is basically like the sequel to Touchdown,
it's Touchdown
which is
2,
it's incredible.
2,
I was not expecting
absolutely.
Touchdown 2, like
In
the
2020.
the whiplash you get from like the concept whiplash you get from freaking like I Can't Stop Me going and then like skipping to freaking like Shot Clock is just incredible.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like Hell in Heaven, but that was kind of mid up for me on the album.
Yeah.
For me, that was like I just didn't expect it from Twice. Like
it was cool though.
Having
Yeah,
that
that's
like it's like minimalist instrumentals and like focused on their vocals, which is like never happens for Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not the strongest vocal group. I feel like that's probably why. But Up No More, I think, is probably my favorite B-side. That's the one I was looking for. I just couldn't remember which one it was. Yeah, I really, really liked Up No More a lot. I like the chorus. I like the vibe of it, like in the choruses, in the verses. I try to say chorus and verses at the same time. In the verses. Overall, it's just... This is just a really strong album. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, that's
for
the
sure.
thing. Yeah. Or I'd say like I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not, but I think like between last year, like ever since Fancy, I think Twice they're basically making the best music they've ever made. Like I'd put this
for sure.
Like I put this above like TT or like Likey or like even like some of the early stuff. In all honesty,
I think their singles have always been like
there's
Dance
a
the Night
couple
Away
periods.
is my least favorite, right? And then Knock Knock. I think I can see how some people might think it's annoying.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Knock Knock.
Yeah. So anyway, but
Signal.
generally speaking, their singles have always been really good, but the album tracks are just like not the best.
Fine.
But although Twiceagram I think was a really good album. Like I think it's still a good album. But other than that, I think generally like their albums have been just better than ever for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Their B-sides have been way better.
Yeah, and I guess like I don't know if it was like them trying to pivot Twice now that ITZY's around, they don't need now that now that NiziU's around, they don't need that type of cutesy girl group anymore. Especially considering they're all kind of older now.
I'm wondering if it's Twice, like just them being older and
getting
more
older,
like senior in the company.
I think it's
they can
100% that.
Make more of their own decisions.
I think it's exactly like Run Double Run with SNSD, where they're like, we want to do something different. Like we're getting older, start giving us more mature stuff.
And if you look at the like the songwriting credits, like almost all of the members have like, at least in terms of lyrics, they're almost almost all the members are the ones like responsible for like the writing of the actual songs. So yeah, it does seem like they're trying to take more agency over what kind of music they're doing. And I guess like they're one of the few girl groups that doesn't have to worry about like. Oh,
nope, we lost Jacob again. We're just talking while he's gone.
Anyway,
that's fine. We don't even need to cut it out.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
this time you guys froze too.
Twice is probably one of the only girl groups that like doesn't need to worry about like if they like do something out there, like, because compared to even like Fancy from last year, I'd say like I Can't Stop Me is just super out there like compared to what they normally do. So yeah, I'm glad like if this is what we can expect from Twice having more like direct involvement in their music, like I'm all for it. Like it's absolutely it's a net positive, definitely.
I feel like having the artists more involved with their music too, like even if they're using other songwriters, but having the members like pick which songs they want to sing, like it just makes them they feel more, in my opinion at least, they feel like they're more like into it and like connected with it, which I like a lot.
They're not just like marionettes, like at puppets at the will of like the idol company, basically.
Yeah. I think my favorite album tracks are probably "Do What We Like." I just love the like vocal and synths in that, and then it drops into just like a really upbeat EDM instrumental for the chorus. And then I liked what was it? Depend on You. That's just another like really pleasant synth pop song. And Behind the Mask I thought was a great way to end because it brings back the retro like synth like stuff and just it bookends the album really well with I Can't Stop Me.
Yeah, that was produced by Dua Lipa of all people. So
Oh, really?
I didn't even know that. That's awesome. I love her album this year too.
Produced by Dua Lipa, lyrics by Hayes.
Oh yeah,
damn, that's awesome.
That makes sense. That song was really good.
Yeah, I'd say.
I remember. I think it was Cooper in Discord was talking about Hayes going into songwriting more recently.
Yeah, she did.
Pretty cool.
She did. I guess we could talk about that as well. We could, Cry For Me. Like Hayes wrote Cry For Me as well for Twilight. Like she did the lyrics for Cry For Me, and then. Production was by Lindgren, Melanie Fontana, and frickin' Ryan Tedder of One Republic, of all people. So yeah, but basically, just between like I Can't Stop Me, Cry For Me, like it seems like they've found that new niche. So definitely, like I can't wait for whatever their next album is. But in terms of album tracks, I'd say like my favorite would easily be Say Something, just because it's an E1 city pop song. So that's all I really need to say.
I figured you'd like that one the best for sure.
That's all I really need to say.
Yeah, same.
I think Up No More is definitely my favorite for sure on the B-sides.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Last thing I want to talk about for Eyes Wide Open is the concept. I thought like just the outfits and the photo book and everything. It's really good. Actually.
Yeah, I have the album art up here, and yeah, their outfits look incredible. Oh, you have the actual album.
Yeah, I bought the physical. The photo book's really nice, and I forgot how much stuff like comes with Twice albums. Like, I opened it and it all just fell right out.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got this one.
I'm glad that it's.
Yeah, I got this one because I loved the pantsuits.
Yeah, the more men's wear.
I really like the black.
I'm just glad it's a more reasonable size than freaking Fancy, which was like a full-on magazine.
Huge, yeah.
Like I can't fit it in. You know how like, I built my new like music shelf or whatever. Like I can't fit it in any of the shelves just because it's.
Is there like Wonder Girls Reboot where it's like this big?
Here I can grab because like the only ones I can't fit in my shelf are like.
Yeah,
this
they're
and, like,
so
the
big.
SM
Fancy's
station,
ridiculous.
Fancy, I think Sunmi's warning is like that too.
Yeah, just like
Sunmi's warning is a hardcover.
This is a no. Yeah. Sorry, I need to fit it in a shelf.
Yeah.
Is it a hardcover or is it like soft?
No, it's soft.
It's soft. There's like a cover, like sort of like a cover thingy over it, and then
it's like a dust cover on it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go off topic and brag that I have this, which is IU's 2019 concert DVD Blu-ray.
Damn.
I need to watch
that's thick.
Still. Yeah, it's huge.
Does it come with a photo book and the Blu-ray?
I don't know.
A photo book for a concert? Oh. Okay.
All right. So now KDA.
Yes, now KDA.
After I didn't read over it twice because they started with a T like TAEYEON. So this album I liked. But
You're
I feel like
again, by the way.
Okay,
I don't know how you fix that, but I usually do it quickly, so you can just do it mid-show. Yeah, you're good.
So I really liked this album, but I feel like it was a little bit disappointing, just because I felt like there was a lot of the tracks were too like similar, like style, which like it's cohesive, but it's too. All right, I guess I can actually elaborate on that better with More versus Villain. So like the chorus melody for More, it sounds like the melody they use in the verses in Villain. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I think I think just with how they like enunciate like certain words that becomes similar for me. People who know music theory, maybe you can explain to me why this is the case. But yeah, all really good songs with really good like production and stuff. The Baddest was super catchy as a pre-release single. Yeah, like I really liked all the songs. I think I just wanted a little bit more variation. Like I'd give it at least an 8, like if I was going to give it a score. So
yeah, I think I'm in that boat, but more negative. I think Popstars just gave me such unrealistic expectations that they could never meet. Too. That like nothing on this album was anywhere near as good as it to me. Honestly, I thought the Baddest was catchy, but it wasn't as good. I like that they gave Soyeon more of a focus for that. And then like More and Villain, like Villain wasn't really my type of thing. The last 2 songs I liked the most, actually. I thought the vocal parts for Drum Go Dumb were good. And it ends on like a sweet drum and bass section, which was like, I didn't expect. And then the last song is like probably my favorite because it's the most like poppy.
It's got Twice in it.
I mean, yeah, I'll show Twice. You. It's basically also a Twice song. So
yeah, exactly. And I honestly, with that song, I want someone to explain to me how KDA works because that doesn't have anyone from Popstars in it at all.
Yeah.
So like, what is KDA? How does this work?
So basically, it's just everyone, I guess, neither did Drum Go Dumb. Drum Go Dumb only had Wolf, Tyla, Becca Boom, and Aluna. So basically, it's just like Drum Go Dumb is supposed to be like a character song for Kaisa, and then I'll Show You is supposed to be a character song for Ari, and and they said like, and then Villain is a character song for Evelyn.
Yeah, it makes sense. Did they all get music videos or? Because I know Villain did. I saw Villain more.
That's a joke. Is like, I mean, starting just I guess to preface, like Villain is easily like my favorite song off of this. Like, and I think I like Villain even more than the Baddest or More, just because like it's the one I've spammed the most. Like, and it's funny because like there was so much like ambiguity as to whether or not like Madison Beer would come back. And be like still be involved in like the KDA project, but she fucking killed it. Like her and Kim Petras like killed it on this song, and so so. The Baddest only had a like sort of like a lyric video. More is obviously the single, so that got a music video. Villain got a concept video, which was just incredible. Like I forget which.
Yeah, it was really cool. The animation was awesome.
Yeah, just
sometimes I couldn't tell if it was CGI or not.
Yeah, that like it's that good. Like Riot Money is just like they have an infinite like war chest basically to just throw at like these really
they make so much on League. And they're making new games soon too.
They're probably making a lot of money off of this too.
Streaming. Of course.
Like,
not
even just sticks.
Like like the light stick back here, like merchandise. Like that's it's. Like that's the thing. Like the joke is that like Riot Games is like a music company that happens to make games on the side just because their music. Like even from day one, like the music for League of Legends has always been incredible. But anyway, my point being like. Villain got a music video or like a concept video. Unfortunately, Drum Go Dumb only got a choreography video. So it's like there's all these jokes that are like the budget just for like Evelyn's lips. Even more.
Yeah, because they're all just shots of her lips through the whole video.
Or no, it's just like they put more into the budget for Evelyn's lip close-ups than they did into the whole video. Than they did for Drum Go Dumb, unfortunately. And then I'll Show You got a music video or like a video for Ari as well. So yeah, just like I'd say it's very hard to divorce KDA's like music from like their visual content. Like I think both of them definitely elevate each other.
I think it's interesting though that they get different artists to fill in for the different members and stuff. because like when they do videos and stuff with them speaking, they don't even use the singers as their voice actor.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's just I think because I showed you there was a Genius video where Akali was explaining her rap line.
Yeah, wasn't it Shannon voicing her?
Yeah,
or something
I'm pretty
like
sure.
that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Shannon Williams because she worked with Riot.
Jet.
She's the voice of Jet in Valorant. So yeah, she
Makes
so
sense.
she seems to be like the character voice for Akali in KDA. So yeah, there's all this like they do. Like,
it's really funny though because she sounds nothing like Soyeon.
yeah, like nothing
voice.
like her. But I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like, KDA is basically like K-pop gorillas at this point, where they just get a bunch of different people to sort of fill in and do, I guess, show different sides of the music. So, but I mean, like I'd say, I don't know. Like I'd say my expectations were pretty high, but I'd say this is probably one of my favorite albums of the year. Like K-pop, not K-pop. Like it's pretty much every single song I've just spammed on repeat, especially Villain. So like, and I just like it just still blows my mind that a video game company is able to make better pop music than actual better pop music, better music videos.
I think that might have been like why I wasn't as high on it. It was just because I was expecting a more K-pop style album, whereas I think this is more Western, and that it's more
definitely like sort of all over the place.
Everything's like a similar style, which. That's fine. Like, it's just that they were a K-pop group, so I expected it to be like them doing like all sorts of different stuff on the album, which I guess it's fine. Like, I like every song on the album at least. So like, I'm not down on any of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say the most K-pop sounding ones are definitely More and I'll Show You, obviously, because like they have K-pop members in it. But I'd say More probably is obviously nothing is gonna touch Pop Stars, but I'd say More is still a pretty good song. I like. Especially like again, like I feel like
I really like that they had like 3 different languages going on in the song with the Seraphine section.
Yeah, Seraphine. They got Lexi Liu, who that's the interesting thing of all people. Like Lexi Liu, for those that don't know, she's
all right. Lexi Liu is the one who did the Chinese part.
Yeah, she did. She's part of 88 Rising. She was a former contestant on K-pop Star 5. Like, so she has like ties to K-pop. Yeah. It's sad though because she was the only member of KDA or I guess she's not even a member of KDA. She's just like a guest. She was the only member that showed up to Worlds.
Oh really?
At the end of October, because obviously they can't fly to China. Yeah, because Worlds was in China this year, so it's not like they could fly everyone over there that easily. So
as far as the music video for More goes, I thought it looked really nice and really expensive, but I think I definitely prefer the more like flat art style of Pop Stars music video.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it looks more video gamey, whereas I think this felt a little more like Pixar movie, but like too like realistic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was like too. It was getting a little too like plastic looking, which is I didn't like as much, but it looked good. But like, I think it just didn't look as good as the like painterly style almost that they had on the textures for the Pop Star video.
Yeah, it's less artistic and more like realistic. But I'd say like
you were fine. Why'd you do that? You were fine.
Was I? Because you were frozen.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was frozen.
Well,
okay.
So you were fine.
You were frozen.
Anyway, I'd say like the only, I'd say the one thing I did like is that it seems like with the cinematography they tried to make more of an effort to make it like more like a K-pop music video, because basically if you think about it, that's a box set. Like they made a virtual box set if you when you really like break it down. So that's actually pretty cool that their attention to detail in that sense is, and also like they had a G Idol poster on Seraphine's bedroom or something like that. So like all those different all that attention to detail is there. So basically, like I'd say I'm still pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the album. I wish we got like the full performance and like better promotion. But I'd say like Riot's firing on all cylinders when it comes to like just how much of a juggernaut KDA is in terms of like the marketing.
I think they'd be wise to just keep using it as a marketing tool. Like everybody really, really likes it. And I think this is their most like successful music venture, right?
Yeah, like because they had Pentacle before. They had True Damage a year ago, which had Soyeon in it, but it wasn't as like popular.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Everyone
it was more hip hop focused, right?
Yeah, it was a hip hop thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. It was just wasn't KDA is all.
It wasn't KDA. Yeah, that's the thing. Like there's definitely, there's a level of expectation associated with just having something be a KDA song. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. I'd love to see them release another one next year. Hopefully, once, hopefully with a decent enough Worlds performance with once all this COVID stuff's over, that they can fly like Soyeon and Neon and like the rest of like the English members over.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right. So that's
GFriend.
KDA. Let's move on to GFriend.
You're back to roboting.
Technical difficulties, people.
Well, that's fine. At least we have the good thing we have the secondary audio.
Yeah, we're good.
So anyway, I have this album physical too. GFriend, Walpurgis Night. Oh, we got different versions for that too.
Different versions again.
Yeah, I got the red one because the photo book looked the best to me. So I'm just because I have it here, I'm just gonna talk about the packaging for this because I like it. It's like the paper binding. I could see this being fragile, but I like what they're doing here with it's like a binder with the photo book and then like a folder with all the goodies in there. I like this format a lot. I hope they like stick with this a bit. But yeah. Anyways, this is the full album. Although it's got some duplicates from earlier in the year.
It was weird. It's a full album, but then they're like, let's put all the singles from the previous
just the singles
on, and then Labyrinth, which isn't a single but was basically a second single of that album.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just go straight to the weird part, for when they added the other songs, they remixed Apple and made it worse for some reason.
Did they?
I didn't know.
Yeah,
they did.
I was telling hard enough, I guess.
Yeah, Johnny pointed this out in Discord, and I was at first I couldn't tell the difference, but the more I listened to it, I was like, yeah, this is way different. And I don't know why they did it. Maybe they just took the mix from before and mastered it all at once. I don't know how this production process works or why this happened, but yeah, Apple just sounds different now, and it's not as good. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else, a lot of people in Discord noticed it, but I'm not sure about non-Discord viewers if they noticed anything. But yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I haven't listened to an older version of Apple in a long time, so that's why it wasn't really. I didn't notice it probably.
I mean, it's still a good song. If anything, I'd still say I don't know. I still think I prefer Apple to MAGO.
I'm MAGO gang for life.
Because Apple, I don't know, just because there's something about the instrumental for Apple that I'm just
for me. It's just because again, I'm just the 80s synth pop trash. It's so good. Yep. Honestly, this might be, I don't know how controversial this is, but I might like MAGO more than I Can't Stop Me. And I didn't think that was gonna be the case, but I really, really love MAGO.
No, I don't think I could jump that far. No, I Can't Stop Me way more.
The music video, the song, everything.
Maybe the music video. Good. Maybe the music video, because I'm a UJ stan, so I was eating.
I'm sure everybody was screaming seeing that. But yeah, dude, MAGO was excellent. Title track. I watched all the stages, all the 8K fan cams and stuff. It's just so good. Also, shout out to KBS for doing the 8K fan cams. They're so good. They're so good because it allows me to circumvent the YouTube compression and then watch that in 4K on my TV. So good.
Yeah, I'd say just in general, GFriend definitely got off to a rocky start a bit with this new sort of big hit, I guess big hit subsidiary collaboration type thing, Crossroads.
I liked Labyrinth. I thought it was good.
No, Labyrinth was way better than Crossroads. I say Labyrinth should have been the single.
I think Crossroads, they just made that the single because it's more similar to what they did with
that's the thing.
Time for the Moon Night and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's why I like MAGO and Apple way more, is because I guess and I guess I don't know if it's just speculation, but I guess just GFriend is in a position where Big Hit has fuck you levels of money that they don't have to worry about literally just
doing
like
the same thing over and over again.
And,
Yeah,
and
where,
they
like,
can
they had,
just
like,
tell
that-
Army to buy all this stuff for them.
Or yeah,
So they still make money.
I'd say that's probably a big reason why like GFriend just basically made the same song over and over again for 3 years, is because Source Music
Fan
like
base.
What their fans wanted. Yeah.
yeah, like Source Music was just like they were like a one hit like one group company basically, and
Yeah.
like they had to like to keep the company afloat. They literally just had to keep making the same
and
GFriend song over and over again.
The one time they tried to do something different, it didn't go well. So
Yeah,
Everyone
they got like
hated it for no
Fingertip.
reason.
Fingertip is still probably my favorite GFriend single.
Yeah, it's so good. Every time I listen to
Created
Fingertip
it,
though,
though.
I always just remember KCON 2017, the guy like just screaming,
Screaming,
"Dong,
yeah.
dong, dong," behind us.
Yep.
No, but
Those were good times.
I guess to put in perspective how much I love Apple, like I'd put like Apple and Fingertip are probably 1A 1B. That's how much I love Apple at this point.
Yeah, they're incredible. Like, honestly, like if GFriend continues at this level like that they've been this year, like I think like they'll move up with like my top girl groups, because I really, really, really love their music from this year.
I'd put them in there with like I put them in there with like a girl group of the year type level of honors. That's how good of a year
Yeah,
GFriend
absolutely.
has had. Like, comparatively.
On this album, I think my favorite B-side is Love Spell. I really, really liked Love Spell a
really
lot.
cool.
Yeah, I was curious after hearing MAGO if we'd still get like that type of stuff like later in the album, like, or if the single would be like the sexy girl group stuff, and then we just go back to GFriend B-sides. But no,
Yeah.
I was surprised we got like a mix of both, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is it's probably Secret Diary, just because like Andreas Solberg did the production on it, so he basically gave GFriend a Red Velvet song.
Yeah, Secret Diary was good as well.
Yeah.
On it, like this was actually a really, really solid album, to be honest. Like despite it actually being a mini album, and they just cheated. but-
Yeah.
It's a mini album with singles tacked on, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I thought MAGO was awesome. I love how they're like GFriend's continuing to follow A-Pink basically, where
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
they put out the same type of music for so long, and then they just completely change it up with their last few songs, just
Dude,
like
I
A-Pink
will
did.
not complain. If we get like a bunch of modern A-Pink clones, I will never ever complain.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm like absolute trash for this kind
And
of
I
music.
mean, I guess
love it.
like if you really think about it, 8-Pink is probably the group that kind of like kickstarted that 80s synth pop type of thing. Like, well, I guess like
yeah,
like,
with I'm So
and, like,
Sick.
Yeah, and like I guess Shin Tire
Mhm.
did, since they were the producer for it, but
Yeah. So yeah, I thought MAGO was fantastic. Like Jacob, I'm just loving this like 80s retro synth like.
See how many
style that we're
Scrabbles I
getting.
have from MAGO.
And yeah, I thought Love Spell was really great too. My favorite was actually probably GRWM. I thought it was such an awesome mix of like vocals and instrumental, and like the guitar in the second part of the chorus following the vocals was really nice. But yeah, I think this whole album overall is just fantastic.
Three of Cups was pretty good too. It's definitely like an older style like GFriend like disco type track. So yeah, really like that still.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all the B-sides on this album were great.
Yep. Honestly, I kind of feel guilty because I loved MAGO so much. I just didn't really listen to the rest of the album as much, even though I liked it.
MAGO is
I just
like
was
here the
spamming
heart.
MAGO. Like I was literally like an F5 for F5ing a song.
Yeah.
MAGO is like the heart shaker of GFriend, basically.
Yes, it's like I actually haven't like most of my MAGO listens have been on like YouTube, so I probably have like 100 Scrabbles, but on Last FM I actually have like 50.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so good. I loved the concept, their outfits, everything was great.
Yeah, so I mean, I'd say I was pretty worried at first when I heard, oh god, they're going to be under like Hitman
Big Hit.
Bang's going to be more involved in like the production, but like, yeah, I mean, it's hearing this just makes you think like, why couldn't they have made this transition earlier?
Yeah,
or like it kind of just seems like they should have been doing
honestly,
this music.
I think they really wanted to back during Fingertip. To be honest, like they wanted something different, and then the fan base was just like, no.
Hell
and then
no.
we got Love Whisper, which I love Love Whisper, but then it was like it was like the fifth song like that in a row, or not in a row, but their fifth song like that, and then we had Summer Rain, and then everybody was just tired. It was just
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think like they're capable of way more than that, and so hopefully like now that like finances aren't an issue, they're like again like it's much like Twice where finances aren't an issue anymore, so they have more freedom to just do whatever they want in terms of music.
Finances were never an issue at JYP. They had 2PM just doing concerts, making billions of dollars off the
all the old fans will just keep going. Yeah,
and now it's just Twice like basically like bringing like printing money at this point.
And Stray Kids is huge.
Definitely.
Yeah, Stray Kids popping off. For sure.
Yeah, basically there really isn't any JYP group that isn't printing money at this point.
Speaking of Stray Kids, I remember this semester. So I was in townhouses, right? We had these townhouse apartments, and one time when I was walking by the one right next door, I could see inside their window, and on the wall they just had like this giant like 70-inch like Stray Kids flag on the wall, and I was like,
did you knock on their door and like
was that Paige with them?
No, but I always wondered like if they could hear me like blasting K-pop on the TV from next door.
Did Paige go
because
to
the walls are pretty
school?
thin, so yeah, I'm sure they could. I always just thought that was funny. Like it's just like somebody next door is like a huge Stray Kids fan. Like
yeah.
And it was in a living room too. Like my roommates would have never let me do that if I had like a huge like, SNSD flag or something. Yeah,
you should have done it anyway.
Probably. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, the transition to Big Hit. I think the biggest thing they gained was besides Crossroads, the MV quality has been like amazing. Like Apple and MAGO were awesome.
Yeah.
Although, it was weird though. The Crossroads MV was kind of shitty, to be honest. Like there's no choreography, and it was just like a nonsensical story.
I guess I think they tried to get too much into the like lore stuff that BTS has. They just went too far.
Yeah, it just does not work for GFriend. Or it's at least not what I want. I want to see
I'm not
they're a choreography group. Like I want to see them dance.
Yeah, that's the most important part. So yeah, they don't really need to necessarily follow every single other group that does deep lore like BTS or Luna or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, I'm totally happy with how GFriend's going this year. I'm really excited for the next comeback. I'm hoping they keep this like pace of just like releasing something every few months. I mean, I'm sure that eventually we'll want to have them take a break so they don't get burnt out, but as a fan, I'll keep enjoying it. So, yep.
Moving on. It finally happened.
After how many years?
After years. Guys, we just had to keep predicting it. We had to keep predicting it every year, and it'll eventually happen.
Yep.
As some new girl group this year. I mean, like we're almost wrong though. I was starting to think it wouldn't happen, but
like, how long have we been? Like, how many years straight were we like, SM girl group? It's launching this year for like the beginning of the year predictions.
It's weird though, because like let's see, between FX and Red Velvet, how many years? There was 5 years. Yeah, so 2019 would have been the logical like time, but still. Like, we had like no context because SM always, like in the 2000s, they debut a group like every 2 years, and then in the 2010s there wasn't really much to go off of because we only had 2 groups debut then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So
because it was just
you're roboting again, Jacob.
It was just
but yeah, it's been such like a long time coming that like we've heard about like trainees for so long, and then they just disappeared or
2014 maybe, like 2015 even, like for almost 5 years basically we've been hearing like rumblings of like a new SM girl group. So
the lead up to their debut was really funny because like the more they showed, the more that everybody got worried because like they're like,
what the hell is this?
Here's the members. By the way, they all have virtual avatars who are also members.
I still can't.
We were like, what the hell? No.
I still can't get over
SM,
that.
This should be a home run.
I mean, I'm so glad they didn't lean into it that much. For this.
They didn't. Yeah, with like Black Mamba, definitely they use it sparingly, but I'd say.
Even the live stage, they said it was going to be an AR performance, but they only showed up in the beginning, like in the mirror or whatever.
Yeah, but I'd say for they might get, or they did get a bit in trouble because of the music video. Well, obviously, the AR, like the sort of virtual member concept, is definitely, they're trying to make KDA. Like that's like nobody can deny that at this point. Sure. But yeah, they did get. I'd say at least the music video definitely leaned into it way too heavy, because there's like one part where they're like literally in a train station and like there's all these like neon lights. Like it's basically they just
like with the Popstars MV.
Yeah, like it's literally a carbon copy of Popstars MV. So
I don't think entirely. Like for that's absolutely, I think so. Like with the subway station being so like prominent, for sure, I think so. And then obviously the IE card like showing up like punching the screen and stuff.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, like it didn't ruin it completely. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Like they definitely made it pretty overt what they're trying to go after in terms of like, I guess, marketing. And I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing. I'm glad that a video game company making music had such an adverse effect on, or had such a like a landscape changing effect on K-pop that like people are trying to imitate it.
Yeah.
So beyond like worries in the beginning, I'm really glad with how it turned out. Like just as a 4-member group, I think I was hoping for a 7-member group. I was saying this in Discord. I want a 7-member group, like bigger than Red Velvet, but it doesn't have to be like
next
9 because, well, like I would like a 9-member group, sure, but like I feel like having it be like a different odd number would be better, so they're not like instantly compared to Twice.
Yeah.
Twice or Eyes One or what's another? There's another 9-member group, isn't there?
Well,
I'm
Eyes
not thinking
12.
of them. Yeah, Eyes One's 12, I know, but anyway. So yeah, mostly I didn't want them to just be seen as like, oh, they're coming after Twice, so that like random onces get
like,
mad
and this
for
is
no
nothing.
reason.
This is nothing like Twice.
Yeah.
Granted, and I mean, as much as people have been complaining,
this is more of a Blackpink swinger.
I was gonna say they're coming for Blackpink now.
Yeah,
instead.
and I'd say the funny thing is they sound more like Blackpink than Blackpink sounds like Blackpink nowadays. If that makes any sense.
Like debut era. I think so. Because I mean, although I wouldn't say they sound like 21, but I see what you're saying though, for sure.
Like I'd say like, or if anything, like I'd say it's almost like, I guess it's what we were expecting. It's almost like the female equivalent of like an NCT in terms of production.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Well, that was the thing that I wrote. Like this wasn't what I was expecting in terms of music, because I didn't think SM would try to get in like that Blackpink Everglow like space. Yeah. I thought they would do something that were like closer to what we're used to. But the fact that I thought they were going to do NCT, the concept of like having the lots of members of subgroups with their girl group. But I
was literally praying every day that wasn't the case.
So
yeah, don't
so
like
I was really
if it was
surprised.
like aespa, like aespa aespa like
yeah, exactly.
Like dream.
So I was really surprised that they didn't do that as a concept, but they did it as a musical style. Like this is straight out of NCT style. Like that synth that they use is something that NCT is like known for. That's like their synth style that they do a lot. And I was like, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. This isn't what I was expecting at all, but I love it.
Yeah, I think it's actually smart, I think, to move into this particular musical style. Just also, I'll explain something in a second also, like, because then they can have Red Velvet doing like their own thing with the R&B and then the bright stuff, and then like aespa with the more like EDM, like bangers and dance music. You know, which is why I think Revelovs are like overreacting, saying that like Red Velvet's dead, guys.
It's not going to replace it. Yeah, it's not going to be an FX Red Velvet situation, because I don't think there's zero overlap between these two groups.
So like, Irene yelled at her stylist, it's over, guys. Yeah, like, no, it's not even.
She can yell at me if she wants. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's just, I don't know. I thought it was awesome. Yeah, and I don't think this is anything like any SM, like what SM's done before for a girl group. So I don't think Red Velvet's dead. I think they can keep doing their thing. I mean, they're supposed to have a comeback soon, I think. and I'm sure it'll be fantastic. But as aespa's just doing something different, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, different for very different, especially for SM. Where I guess SM has, I guess, at least with like boy groups, they've definitely made their name on being way more experimental than even just like traditional like big three. So
well,
yeah,
I'd say with girl groups too, like bar
FX,
like
yeah.
SNSD, like FX and Red Velvet, I think have been pretty experimental. Like Red Velvet has kind of gone away from that with like Bad Boy and Psycho, but like I think with their more like bright songs, it's like that. So
but yeah, this is like off the charts in terms of like SM girl groups in terms of expectations, and I think that's probably why I like it a lot. Is that like SM, like they didn't chicken out when it came to like, okay, like we can sell a girl group like this. We don't have to like we don't have to pigeonhole them into like every other, like I guess every other QT girl group that's sort of tried to be they didn't make it an SNSD clone. That's all I wanted really, and I got way more than what I wanted. I'd say for all of like the rumors, anticipation, like leaks and whatnot, like this, like besides maybe like the weirdness of the AR concept, like this lived up to the hype easily. Like I have spammed this song like constantly. So
yeah, I think this also like kind of showcases like so one thing I kind of complain about in Discord a lot is just over reliance on drop choruses, and I think this is how you do it with still being like melodic and fun and not just like one note. You know what song I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just I think it works well. So,
and I think like it probably works. I'd say it works well because of just not even just like how they structure the drop of the like it's I guess how they also structure the choreography. Like the visual aspect definitely plays into like, I mean the choreo, like aespa's choreo isn't like anything like too like crazy. It's just really eye catching. Like that little like that floor choreography is just basically like some of the most iconic choreography I'd say of the year so far already. So I mean, and I honestly I give mad respect to anyone that does floor choreography without knee pads, because that shit hurts. Like I've done floor choreography without knee pads. That like if you ever see like idols like at live stages and they have like bruises all over their knees, it's because they're practicing floor choreography.
Yeah. One part of the choreography I actually like, and I'm not usually a choreo person, is the part where they're with their head going back and forth. I really love that.
Yeah, there's just like there's a lot of good parts in it.
It's like a fun thing that
Yeah.
Though,
I'm really excited for a comeback. I'm curious to see if they stick with this exact style or if they do something really different. Yeah.
Another thing is, are they sticking with 4? Like, because that's the whole.
Yeah. Are we gonna get another member like with Red Velvet?
Yeah. Like no. Just like, is the idea like, is this one unit? Like that's the thing. They could still backdoor an NCT on us. Like this is just one unit of aespa, and then there's like another unit of aespa, which
they totally could, especially if they're gonna be using the virtual members for like merchandise and stuff. That'd be a gold mine, you know?
Yeah.
The question is, I don't know how many female like trainees they have. It seems like they got endless male ones for NCT, but
I think they just they put everyone they had left. I think into aespa. So
that's why I don't think it's gonna be an NCT thing. I think it's probably just these 4, because it just doesn't seem like they have the reserves of female trainees that they used to, because they sat on them too long. And they all left.
like a bunch of them left like early this year.
Yeah, we knew like, but at 5 the same or 6 time, trainees.
So I was like super huge into like SM new girl group theorizing before they debuted, and like I talked to Curdy in Discord about it a lot, and it was like it was just like there's a possibility that they just left because SM cut them.
That's true too.
Yeah,
that they just
like, because they all a lot of them left around the same time. So yeah, they probably just realized like, oh, I'm not going to be in the group. Why should I stay here? I'll be old by the time I debut.
Yeah, it's better than wasting your time. True. But I mean, I'd say I'm pretty happy with the members we do have. Like, I think they're good. The vocals, Winter and Ning Ning, I was surprised by how good they are. Incredible. Like she's definitely like maybe like she kind of reminds me of like Rose from Blackpink in terms of like vocal styles.
Her tone for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like Ning Ning is definitely like my favorite of the vocalists. So like that's the thing. I have no idea who the hell my bias is in this group. Like I love Ning Ning's voice. I love oh god, like Winter has a great Winter and Ning Ning have great voices. Giselle straight up looks like freaking Crystal from FX. Like there's like one part of the music video I'm just like straight up doppelganger. Karina's definitely like the center, like the visual.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I TLDR like all the members basically at this point.
Yeah, I think they're great, and I honestly my biggest disappointment with this comeback is the fact that it's just a digital single and we didn't get more, and I can't buy an album.
Yeah, you can't buy an album. Yeah, you can't. There's no merchandise. I mean, that's the thing. They have literally everything else. They have a music video. They have live stages. They have an Instagram. They have a fandom name already. But
do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. I forget what the name of it
really?
was.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, their fandom is just MY.
MY. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because they have a fandom name. They have a dumb fandom name, but at least they have one.
That's almost as bad as actually it's as bad as FX's fandom name.
What was
MY? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, nothing is worse than AIDS.
FX
but
didn't get one until like literally right before they disbanded. So it's yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Actually.
It was MiziU, which was like a they did it based off the Greek symbol because it was like function math stuff. It was like MiziU. But yeah, I think it's fantastic. I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, but I'd say like so far probably I'd put and I know SM bias and everything, but like I'd say aespa is probably my favorite rookie girl group of the year. Like
I don't want to spoil.
It's not even close. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
I already said who it's between for me. So
that was before we started recording.
Oh, it was? Okay, I guess it's still a mystery.
Yeah, maybe not, but I think it was.
If you're in Discord, you know who the two are anyway.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. We'll figure that out. Should we move on to a not rookie girl group of the year, but not horrible, as I honestly expected? Yeah. So next we're doing NiziU. How do you pronounce it, Andrew?
Apparently,
NiziU.
Like that's the thing. I've always been pronouncing it NiziU because so where
that's
the
how JYP says it, NiziU.
Yeah, so the word, how they got the name is from Niji. Niji means rainbow. So I thought, okay, NiziU. But apparently it's NiziU. So, which is...
I think it's supposed to sound like need you.
So it's ni and chui.
Yeah,
NiziU.
NiziU.
Yeah, like if you look at the Hangul on the step and step video, it says NiziU.
Okay. Yeah, so it's supposed to be NiziU because
like
it's
with
supposed
the double J, double G.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, because it's supposed to sound like NiziU. That it's I guess it's for marketing purposes, but I use it interchangeably, NiziU. But anyway.
Yeah, so honestly, like this surprised me, and I think part of it was being traumatized by IZ*ONE. When it comes to like K-pop intrusions into J-pop, where I was like, okay, this is basically just twice Japanese music with like slightly worse vocals, but their rappers actually better. I was really surprised that their rappers pretty good. And I was like, yeah, they should get Dubu and Chang to learn a thing or two from her, because like that surprised me that she was
like, who specifically, like Rima.
I don't know who it was. Whoever does the first actual rap part
of what Step and Step or
of Step and Step. Yeah.
God,
I'd have to watch it.
That messes me up so much.
I don't know the numbers.
I keep calling it Step and Step, but it's Step and a Step.
The A in there is really confusing. But yeah, I was just surprised that the rap was that good.
My like impression basically of it is it's just twice again.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really twice.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy that like they don't like Twice doesn't need to do this kind of music anymore because they have NiziU.
Yeah, NiziU does it.
Yeah,
right.
Like filling in that gap. So
it is really interesting though. Like I can forgive them for kind of just like recycling that concept because it's specifically for the Japanese market.
Yeah, and they love that kind of music.
Yeah, and I think like pretty much all the songs like fit into that same bubble. Like all my comments for all, but then it was funny. The only one that's different for me was Sweet Bomb, where it sounded like they're trying to be Itzy.
No, there's a song like that on the first album.
Was there? Okay.
Yeah. You should, if you can, go back to listen to like because Make You Happy was their pre-debut single.
I knew about that.
That one had its own album. So like if you listen to like I forgot the name of the song. It's in Japanese. It's like Beyond the Rainbow or something like that. But
yeah.
So one thing I thought was crazy was like I did not even expect this at all. But I like looked at the music video views and I was like, Jesus, they're getting like twice numbers already.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. Like Make You Happy like hit 100 million in like less than a month, like 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah, I was not expecting them to be so popular.
I mean, like I was and I wasn't at the same time. Just I was kind of worried because, you know, who's going to care about a girl group that was formed by a Korean company off of a Hulu TV show? Like I thought like it would be too niche, but
it was on Hulu?
Yeah, it was on Hulu Japan. Like that's where it wasn't until later that they started putting like clips of the episode or like the episodes out on YouTube, but I mean like NiziU is like they are destroying the Japanese market right now. Like I think their first day sales for Step into Step, I think were 100,000. Total sales is almost like 300. Like that is literally twice numbers. Like that's the thing. Like they're like
the show was a good move. Like specifically in Japan.
Must
have watched it.
And I mean, it's not just like that. It's like pretty much everyone is into this. Like I'm hearing like people like saying like, oh, like they hear Make You Happy in like I don't know, just like a
stores.
Like a clothing store in like Shibuya or something like that. Or there's so many like J-pop idols.
Why are they going to stores?
Yeah, I don't know why they're going to stores.
Damn it.
Especially in Shibuya, because I'm not going to the freaking Scramble Crossing in the middle of COVID. But like you have Atsan from Perfume, you have Sashi, you have like all these like Joshi like these like female like Japanese wrestlers that I'm watching. Like literally like basically like Make You Happy became a TikTok song. Like it's that popular in Japan.
Yeah.
So it did not surprise. I guess it didn't surprise me just in terms of like the pure success they have, just financially, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they plan on bringing them to Korea at some point, or if they just figure out to stay in Japan.
I mean, they did make a Korean version of Make You Happy, and that's the thing though, because I forget. I actually didn't end up watching, I didn't finish watching NiziU Project. But from what I understand, Mako, like who's the leader, she wasn't like a part of like the talent search. She was already under JYP. She was a trainee under JYP. There's actually videos of her doing she was doing like dance practices with members of ITZY. Like that's how long she's been around with that's how long she's been in JYP. So yeah, so some of them are studying Korean. Some of them definitely like somebody like Mako definitely knows Korean already. So yeah, and I think it's a possibility, or like I think they do it eventually especially with how popular they already are in Japan. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know if Step into Step is going to be as appealing in Korea, because I guess that's kind of like it's kind of outdated.
Yeah, it's been done already. Yeah. I think if they do plan to come to Korea, they're not just going to do Twice 2. I think I think it works to still do that in Japan, just because like Twice has released stuff, but they haven't like released a ton of stuff like they have in Korea. So
yeah,
and also like
works there.
Yeah, like this kind of music, especially for like Japanese music standards, is still really cutting edge. Like this is like. This type of thing hasn't really permeated the market, and I guess that's why I'm really heavily invested in this group, is because like my hope is that it lights a fire under the ass of the rest of the Japanese music industry. Like we gotta be like our production level has to be on this at least
for idol music.
Yeah, because I mean, like again, NiziU, they're like they've existed for like what, like 5-6 months already. They're already hitting number 1 on Oricon. They're already doing like insane like digital streaming sales. They're already on variety shows. Like they got invited to so you know how like you know how Korea they have like the Gayo Chuki or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
They-
Gayo
like those end of the-
Gayo Daejun, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, they have those type of
the
things.
war
So
shows.
in Japan they have something called the Kohaku. So that's basically like the most prestigious one. Like if you're an artist that gets invited to Kohaku, like you made it basically. So for NiziU to get invited to Kohaku in their first year is insane, because like not even AKB48 got invited to Kohaku. That's how that's how strict their I guess their criteria is at this point. So, and it's like it's on NHK, it's on public television, so it's gonna get them more exposure. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like I don't know if I've ever been this excited for an idol group, and maybe since like Eyes One. So yeah, it's just really exciting in all honesty. And I mean, like I guess like even though I didn't really watch the show, I guess I've definitely started to become attached to some of the members. I mean, like I'd say my favorite so far is Riku, because she's literally like miniature Sana. Like it's not even funny how much of a Sana clone she is.
Where's Riku?
Kingdom. Oh god. No, that was I kept losing that one Riku Ansem fight too, so that is burned into my brain. But yeah, Riku is basically like a Sana clone. Rima's an incredible rapper. Mihi's incredible singer. Nina is insane. Like I know like Cooper and Sat don't really like her, but like so if you didn't watch the show, Nina she's half American, half Japanese. She moved to Japan like only a few years ago without knowing a single word of Japanese. Like she taught herself how to speak Japanese like fluently enough to join an idol group. And she's like, and she only just turned like 15. Like she's basically Somi. She really is.
Awesome.
She really is the Somi of this group. So,
All right.
Should we move on to Boa?
Yes. On to a life-changing album.
Life changing.
Dude, no, seriously, like, Boa, like, exceeded my expectations this year. Like, I don't know if you guys, like, this album is so good. Like, every single track, I loved every single thing. I know Cooper and I, like, really, really loved it. Yeah, like, as soon as I heard Better, I was, like, just hooked. Like, it 2000s pop, but like modern production. It's just like it's perfect.
Literal,
it's so good.
It's funny that like basically because 2000s pop is sort of becoming like in vogue again. So it's funny that basically Boa just has to make her old style of music again.
Yes, dude, I'm so for that. I love this. Like the music video was not that way. All right, it wasn't crazy like with the production level and stuff. Like it was box sets and stuff, but it still looked fantastic. Like I mentioned like a little while ago, like that I missed like SM box sets like from like 2013,
and this is a box.
This is like a modern take on that style.
Like the cage area
video
with like the water. That's basically a box.
I love that. My favorite song on the album, other than Better, is Little Bird. Like the closer. It's just like such a perfect like closer to the album. I just like the vibe of it. It just feels like a celebration. Like, you know, it's her 20th anniversary. It just feels like a celebration of her career with this song. I loved it. Like with the horns, with the like, it's just so uplifting. It just vibes me a lot. I love it.
Yeah. My notes are very similar to Jacob. Like literally for Better, my exact notes were, I love how she finds a way to keep that 2000 style song but bring it more modern sounding. I just love that she's able to do that. And then as for album tracks I like Temptations a lot. It kind of gave me like a Bond theme song vibe. It's got like very brassy instrumentals, like very airy vocals. So I thought that was a good follow-up. And then I thought Love was awesome. It just starts awesome right away, and it's just like a great retro dance track. And then and Start Over. I thought that was really catchy and like uplifting. And I like how the chorus for that song is in English, and it's repetitive but in like an easy to sing along to, like stuck in your head way. So yeah, but yeah, I thought the album overall was just fantastic, and I mean, what we expect from BoA, basically.
I think my favorite, or sorry,
I was just gonna mention two other B-sides I really loved, which is All That Jazz.
Yeah, that's mine. That's my favorite.
Super awesome.
Yeah, because like the intro of All That Jazz almost sounds like very like bossa nova or something. Like it's like really out there for BoA especially. But
right.
Yeah, just really good album track. I'd say the only thing I'd say the only one that I was actually disappointed in is Love, because that's a London Noise track, but Got Me Good sounds more like a London Noise track than the actual London Noise produced track. Like I like, if you put them back to back, I think I liked Got Me Good a lot better in terms of, I guess, just that type of like retro dance tracky type of thing. But I mean, still,
right.
BoA's the queen. Like this, like one having 10, like, what is it, 10 albums now? Like this 10 full albums is just...
She's got, 21 albums, I think? 20. I think it's 20 albums.
Yeah, because she has like 10 Japanese albums.
Yeah, including the Japanese album. It's funny, right? Like she didn't have her first mini album until like last year or something like that.
Yeah, her first mini album was last year, yep.
Yeah, so just like...
Off the top of my head, she's got 10 Korean, 9 Japanese, 1 English, and then 2 Korean mini albums.
Yeah, it's just her output's just been insane. And though I have one question though. What was with BoA like showing up at the end of the Black Mamba music video?
It's the SM cinematic universe.
Yeah, it was like, no, seriously, like what? Like, is it like are they trying to like tie all the music videos together?
Well, we thought they were going to be like teasing new music videos at the end of everything, but they haven't done it since.
Yeah, because like at the end, of Better, there wasn't.
Yeah, they teased aespa in Super
and CT.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, because I didn't listen to that.
And then they teased Super M at the end of NCT. I don't remember.
Something like that. And I think Kai got, at the end of Kai, they teased like a couple other EXO members having solos.
Yeah.
And so like they've been teasing stuff, but then at the end of BoA, they didn't have anything. So it's like,
so
we're not sure why. And then I don't think Taeyeon had anything at the end of her album or MV either. So. It's kind of fallen off, but yeah, for 5 or 6 singles there, they just had this weird, like, after credits scene teasing the next thing.
I'm curious if it's just because those music videos have been done for a longer amount of time, maybe.
Maybe.
Sure, like, but then again, they could have just added a transition and just thrown it in there, but... Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I thought, like, is BoA like going to be involved? Is BoA a member of aespa? Hell yeah! I'd stand that group.
Yeah, Super W. Yep. It's just Taeyeon, BoA, Seulgi.
I would die if that was the group.
If they made Super W, they should.
Yeah, BoA would have to be. BoA would definitely have to be in Super W. Like she's the leader of Super W.
BoA, Taeyeon. Yeah, incredible. Maybe like, I don't know, Karen or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think just how she's still active around even after 20. That's crazy. She's her 20 debut
years next year.
Like there are idols that are like have debuted.
2000.
No, it was 2000.
It was 2000. She was only she was either 12 or just turned 13.
Yeah, she was.
That's the thing. Like she did like there are idols that are debuted now that weren't alive. That weren't alive when
they weren't alive when BoA debuted. It's crazy.
Her debut is closer to freaking like Utada Hikaru's debut than
I think
any other.
Two of the members of aespa weren't alive on BoA.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that's insane. So I still like this. You know what? That's probably my dream. In all honesty, I'd love to see a collab between Utada Hikaru and BoA.
Dude, that'd be so awesome. And what's the other girl who on BoA's like Wikipedia it says like BoA is one of 3 artists to get over to have like I think it's 6 consecutive albums sell over 1 million copies or something like that.
Ayumi Hamasaki.
Ayumi Hamasaki. Yeah, those 3 should all like collaborate. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, basically just like they were the titans of early Japan. Early Japan. Yeah, early J-pop. So
it's just it's Yeah, when Boa is, it's really funny because like recently, like SNSD and Boa were trending on Twitter, and I was like, oh, why? And apparently it was literally just like armies didn't know who they were.
Oh my god!
And like they didn't ever listen. That's sad. That's honestly sad.
Well, now today Boa's smuggling drugs from Japan to Korea.
I mean, that's a thing though. Apparently, like I remember.
Real.
Oh yeah, no, it was a sleeping pill.
Real, technically.
Oh,
like they were getting like sleeping pills or something because the ones she got prescribed in Korea had like bad side effects for her, and she had ones in Japan that she knew didn't give her bad side effects. So they like someone from SM like brought them over, but they didn't do all the paperwork to like get it done officially. So
yeah, that's enough.
Korea was like investigating SM and Boa for smuggling drugs.
Okay.
It's crazy. I saw
somebody in Discord post a joking about that. I just thought it was
that was me. Yeah, someone posted the article, and then that was me. I was like,
that's the thing though. Like, it's not even like legitimate drug smuggling. Like, I can't. Like, I remember, like when we went to Korea last year, and I was just like, oh shoot, I can't even bring like melatonin to Korea because you need like melatonin
for it.
Yeah, melatonin's a prescriptive. It's a restricted drug. Yeah, it's crazy.
Really
like
restrictive.
Yeah, so yeah, it's nothing really. Like it's a sleeping pill. I mean, like I know some are addictive, but like I don't think it's not like Bo is like shooting up heroin or anything like that.
I mean, she hasn't gone radio silence, so I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, no, like nobody gives a shit really.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, I can't be happier with I couldn't be happier with this being her 20th anniversary album. Like. 2018 album was our album of the year, and honestly, I think this might be better. Like, it was just fantastic. I'm really, really happy with this. So,
speaking of albums of the year,
yes. Next up, we have what?
Go ahead, introduce that.
Oh, because we're skipping. We did I's one already, so we're going to.
Well, no, I was gonna say. So we're gonna do Beck Yerin. Tell us about yourself. But I was gonna say that I'm leaving this one up to you guys. I thought overall the album was really good, but it's just not. It's not my thing. Like I'm not gonna. I listened to it once. I liked their last one too. I think the last one was better.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I think I see where you're coming from then.
But yeah, like this one, I listened to it and I was like, okay, these are all really great songs, but I don't know if I would listen to this more just because like it's not really my style.
This is much more like electronic R&B like style rather than her singer-songwriter style that she had before.
Right. And I prefer the singer-songwriter.
Yeah, because I'd say, because Every Letter I Sent You was a lot more ballad heavy. I'd say like that's one of the things I'd give in terms of like a plus for Tell Us About Yourself over Every Letter I Sent You is there's a lot more variety, I feel. But I'd say like
the thing is also about Every Letter I Sent You was a lot of these songs are on that album were really old. Like she had them like written while she was in JYP, she just didn't release them.
Yeah, she was just sitting on them for a while.
Her own label and released them on her own record. So she's probably like changed her style a lot since she wrote a lot of those songs. So I was surprised at first, but then I wasn't as surprised after thinking about it. Like just how the style change came about. But yeah, I'm happy with it overall. I hope she doesn't abandon the singer-songwriter thing. It doesn't sound like it though, because it's not like drastically different now. It's just more electronic focused.
Yeah, no, it's just a bit. It's not that radical of a departure for Yerin. So I think she'll stick to it. And I mean, there's no pressure for her to make like marketable music anymore, because that's like I don't even think K-pop or like traditional K-pop is really her focus anymore. She's basically just making American music at this point.
I mean, this whole album is in English, so
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the last one was too. So most.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for a few songs, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she's really popular in Korea anyway, so I don't think she has anything to worry about.
Yeah, and like she's popular among people that aren't really like people that are
K-pop.
Yeah, like people that are like growing out of K-pop that are just trying to listen to like more like, mature sounding music, and that's definitely the Yerin style now.
Yep.
And I've never grown out of K-pop. Almost 30 years old.
Yeah, I don't think I
just want K-pop.
Maybe I guess I kind of am now, but I mean, just like I don't think I'll ever completely like hate it. But
I don't believe in growing out of things.
I'm wearing a Luna cape, so that tells you what you need to know.
Yeah, I
still play Pokemon every day. So
yeah, I have a Red Velvet and a Twice poster in the background. I have 3 light sticks. I have a crap ton of K-pop albums. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna grow like completely out of it. Anyway,
yep.
What was your favorite song, Jacob? Because I'm interested in hearing that compared to mine.
It's actually really hard. It's between. I really liked the opening track, Love Game.
Yeah, Love Game was mine.
I loved I'm Not Your Ocean Anymore. It was really good too. And I think it's between those two. Although I know a lot of people like the latter half of the album more. So are you like that as well, or do you like?
No, I mean, like I'd say most, because Love Game was probably my favorite, and actually my second favorite was You're So Lonely Now, So You Need Me Back, or whatever the hell that title is.
All right, so we're both first half stands.
Yeah, because like pretty much everything. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the second half of the album, but I kind of just after 4:15, I kind of just stopped listening sometimes. Well, everything except for Bubbles and Mushrooms. Bubbles and Mushrooms is really good.
so I'll Be Your Family and I'm in Love.
yeah. I mean, everything up to there, like. Because I think I like the variety, like, because the first half of the album is definitely more of the variety end of it, where she's definitely like bouncing around to like different types of sounds, like Love Games, like more of like a retro like disco city pop style song. You're So Lonely Now is like this really like indie like echoey type of song. Thing. Like, I'm not your ocean anymore. Hall & Oates is like that sort of like classic Yerin vibe, and like. When you get down to like Home Sweet Home, you're getting like full like deep house type of stuff. 4:15 again, like sort of like more house inspired. So like I like that variety that Yerin's been chosen this album.
Yeah, it's funny because Home Sweet Home and 4:15 were 2 that I like remember. It was like the house stuff. I was like, okay, I did remember those as being ones I liked.
I also just like 4:15 is a sequel to like 3:10 or like
that's what I was excited for 4:15 because of that. Like I love 3:10, especially live. Like I watch live clips of that all the time.
Mm-hmm. And like the music video is like super like artsy or whatever. Like it's about like a family of vampires, and like the girl vampire just doesn't like drinking blood or something. I don't know. Like it's super out there. It's definitely up Yerin's alley. So
it's a Rosario vampire parody.
Yeah, God, that show was terrible.
Yeah, it really was.
I got like 2 episodes in, and I was like, "This is garbage. I'm never watching the rest of this."
Yeah, but I mean, I'd say like it probably like as a whole, I don't think it's better than Every Letter I Sent You, but it's still an incredible. Like this is probably up there for one of my favorite albums of the year. Because I mean, like again, I haven't been listening to that much K-pop lately, but like I've listened to this like on repeat for the past week or so. Like I usually and like I just like there was one day like I had off. I just literally just sat down, like turned the lights off, and just listened to this album in the dark on like my fancy like home theater speakers, and I'm just like, yeah, it's literally it's a religious experience listening to this album. I'm gonna go so far as to say that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think I agree with that. It's not as good as Every Letter I Sent You, but honestly, I don't think she'll ever release an album that's better than that one.
Yeah, no, because like she was like banking like like you said, she was banking on those songs for years on end. So she just basically like she just released her ultimate album. So everything from here on out is just like all new stuff.
It's like what they say like every artist has been like writing their first album their entire lives, but their second album they wrote like within like a couple of years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like this, like, I feel like Every Letter I Sent You was her first like real album because she finally wasn't under like JYP's curation and whatnot. So I'm not sure how much control she had over our love was great. I assume a decent amount, but yeah. Anyway, like I'm happy with this album. I think the album cover is kind of weird though. It's just her like sitting.
yeah, it's just a bunch of like pictures of her eating Lay's chips. And I'd say the only song that I was kind of just like I wasn't really disappointed in, but it was kind of jarring at first was listening to Hate You, just because like hearing Yerin say fuckboy in a song was just like a lot of. As someone that swears a lot, even like that's a lot of. It's just super jarring to hear Yerin say all of that in a song. Or maybe it's just because it's in English, so it just kind of like.
Well, yeah, you actually noticed.
Yeah, it stands out a lot more for us. So
right. So I have two requests. I have two requests for Yerin. Please release this album on vinyl.
Yes, please.
And please make more music with the volunteers.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten anything from volunteers since 2019, basically.
Yeah, like release something, release like even if it's just like an EP or a single, like release something under blue vinyl with the band. I would love that.
Yeah, please, just like, yeah, we need more volunteers. But yeah, also, like I bought the Every Letter I Sent You vinyl. I'll probably give it to my sister because even though she doesn't really listen to K-pop, like this is definitely like this type of like indie music I know is definitely up her alley, and also because it's mostly in English, so. If they release a vinyl for like Tell Us About Yourself, like day one buy, easily.
Yeah, I bought it as well, and Melissa from Discord, she also bought it. She pre-ordered it, bought it before me and you. We both ordered at the same time. Got ours quickly, and then hers took like literally months to come. Yeah, and then it still had the issue that they said they were fixing, and we didn't get that.
Yeah, no, well, because I guess it's like the only difference was like I don't know, like they changed the cover or whatever of like our version. It's like not as fancy. I mean, I'm fine though. It's like I don't really care about.
It looks nice, purple.
Yeah, the vinyl. I'm more interested. Like I guess I'd be more interested. My sister would be more interested in like what's actually on the records,
right?
Than necessarily the packaging. But I mean, the packaging still looks incredible though. So.
Yeah, the purple vinyl is really cool too. Like the actual.
Because I haven't opened it yet. Because it's a gift.
It's purple. It's pretty cool.
That's sick.
Can you get your Boa cassette, Andrew?
Yeah. Oh, no.
It hasn't gotten.
Not yet. I guess because cassette.
It just came out.
Cassette manufacturing usually takes
a long time.
Like because like I remember like
it's not as simple as just burning a CD.
Yeah, no, like because there's not that many cassette factories left. So like the only ones I think are left are like maybe like Hong Kong. That's it. Because like that's where I get all my like those city like those city pop like future funk type releases that they release on cassette. Like see it. The lead time on those is like 3 months basically. So yeah, I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting better to arrive anytime soon. But that might be a double cassette. Now that I think about it. Because that's a lot of songs to fit onto like one.
It's a full album.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
How many do they usually fit on a side on a cassette? Like maybe it's usually like 4, right?
Like 4 or 5. It depends on how long the songs are. But I mean, like with how long K-pop songs are, it's probably like 4 or 5. Like so, it might be a double. So that's cool. I haven't gotten a double cassette in a while.
I remember there was a couple like 4 or 5 minute songs. So yeah, I could see it being.
Now, if they
a lot of them are close to 4 minutes. So
if they release "Tell Us About Yourself" on cassette, I know that'd also be a day one buy for me.
Vinyl. I need it on vinyl.
I know her company's named Blue Vinyl, but I
just want it on vinyl because I love the Every Letter I Sent You vinyl. It's just so nice.
Oh yeah, it says begin shipping on January 8th. So
I'm not even getting it until next year. But anyway,
yep.
Yerin, like. Again, I know like she's definitely kind of divisive, especially among people that aren't like, or that usually just like strictly listen to K-pop. But yeah, I'd say she's.
Wait, really? I didn't know there were Yerin haters.
Or like people that are just like or just like people that like because it's compared to like what she was doing in like 15 and it's definitely.
That's true. Yeah,
it's not.
Jamie's not really doing that either, but I think Jamie's doing completely different things. She's doing like R&B stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, like, they seem happier doing this kind of music instead of trying to, like...
Yeah, for sure.
Like, trying to, like, shoehorn themselves into, like, trying to make idol music, so...
I feel like 15 and was just JYP trying to find use for these two, like, really good trainees, but didn't really fit into girl groups.
Into groups, yeah.
Yeah, like, I can't imagine Yerin being in a girl group.
Like, Jamie's going to be in twice.
Yeah, because, like, Jamie was the first winner of K-Pop Star 1, so... Yeah, it's like she beat Lehigh on K-Pop Star.
That's crazy.
So it's interesting. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like even if you're not interested in like anything that isn't strictly K-pop, like you still give this a listen. Like it's still incredible.
So yeah, I guess we can move on to the last item on our list.
Last but not least,
Incredible again.
Yep.
Which is
I was gonna show the physical album and I was like, oh yeah, that hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
just came out a couple days ago.
Yeah. just Amazon teleportation shipping.
What Do I Call You?
What Do I Call You, which is Taeyeon's 4th mini album. It's kind of, dude, it's like, all right, it's interesting. I have weird thoughts about this, like, the style change I really like. I like the fact that she's going in like a different direction, but I also don't want it to be permanent, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just because...
no, I understand that, definitely.
Yeah, because like I feel like it's very like haze-ish, I guess, like style.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like because there's already like a few different people who already do this kind of thing in K-pop, I don't want Taeyeon to also be in that same niche, because I felt like she had... I don't think she'll stay like this anyways. I'm not worried about that, because like she's incredibly famous for like ballads and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
also, she needs to
change
do
of pace.
A heavy metal album.
Yeah, she needs a heavy metal album. We need it. We need it now. Devil's
no,
Cry.
She has to do a Dreamcatcher
please,
concept.
please.
Taeyeon's the next one to do a Dreamcatcher concept after like Purple Kiss.
Yeah. So I really liked a lot of the songs. The ones that were particularly different, like hip hop R&B style, were like What Do I Call You and To the Moon. I thought were really interesting. I ended up liking Wildfire the most, just because it's more like that style that I like already. With the vocals, and honestly, the instrumental was really interesting in that song too, like with the in the beginning intro. I love this album. I love it.
I'm surprised you didn't instantly complain about the trap beat and What Do I Call You?
See, I only complain about it if it's annoying, and I think it was used tastefully on this album. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, for me, To the Moon is probably my favorite like track, like even more than like What Do I Call You, just because one, it's produced by Divine Channel and Soul is one of my, like, I love her music, so her being able to produce, like, it sounds like something that she'd do, so definitely great to hear on I do agree that it sounds something like a lot of songs on this album definitely sound something like more like, it sounds something like more like what Hayes would do, or it sounds like something that Taeyeon would maybe feature on.
Right,
that's like a Crush song or something like that.
An R&B, with Crush earlier this year. Crush, that's what I get as well.
Yeah, like Crush did a song with Joy that was basically almost like To the Moon. So that's the vibe I get. So like, I mean, and as someone that's really into R&B, obviously I love this sound from her. I'd still say I probably prefer like Girls Speak Out as a whole better, just because I don't know. I'd say like a lot of those songs are more memorable, but I mean. I do like the change of pace though. I mean, because especially because
it's definitely a palate cleanser. Yeah. I think Taeyeon tends to do that with her mini albums. If she wants to venture out and do something different, she'll do it on her mini albums than her full albums.
And then her full albums are just
like
full of 10 out of 10 amazing crazy Taeyeon songs.
Because like Something New is kind of also something different as well. Like,
definitely.
Well, it's ironic to the title.
It's literally something new.
Unironic rather.
Yeah. So it's they're very similar in a way where it's just Tan trying out something completely different in terms of musical style. So
it works.
I like that. I don't like. I wish I was trying to like Wildfire a bit more, but I don't know. Like I'd say that there's. The instrumental kind of feels empty compared to like how much of vocalization Taeyeon has on it. So
I like Wildfire a lot.
That's what I've listened to the most. Yeah, so those are my two favorites. Probably I like To the Moon the most. I just really like how like the bouncy piano and like the staccato instrumentals like give it like a nice beat on top of the percussion. Also, Taeyeon has some really awesome falsetto parts in that song.
Yeah, definitely. Those make the song completely.
Yeah, so that was definitely my favorite. Wildfire, I think I would like more without the like synth part that you were talking about, Jacob. The like repetitive like yelly synth thing that's in the back of the instrumentals. I think overall I like the song, and it's just like a really pleasant, like good vibe song to listen to. Like you said, it's more of the stuff we've gotten from her before.
Right.
But I think that one synth part I was just like not a huge fan of. But the rest of the song I loved. And then, the rest of the album is fantastic as well. I mean, Galaxy and Playlist are just acoustic Taeyeon, standard. Yeah, what you'd expect from her.
I'd say the only thing is I probably liked Sorrow off of GirlsSpkOut more than I liked Galaxy. So yeah, this one wasn't as enjoyable having to listen to them close to each other.
I could see that for sure. One thing I also really love that I don't want to forget to talk about is the pastel art that she's been using for the concept stuff.
Or the album art, I have it up on the screen. It's I want a canvas print of this in my
album
in my
art.
room.
I have another you can't even see it, it's too bright, but my lock screen is one of the other posters for the album in that pastel crayon art style.
Yeah, it does look really good. Also, all the concept photos for this album were insane.
Oh my god,
dude, they were so good.
The one with because Taeyeon wearing that oversized blazer with the baseball cap, that is my favorite Taeyeon look in so long. Menswear Taeyeon. I need more of that.
I just bought both versions because I was I can't choose which photo book I want. I'm just gonna get both.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the red one.
Big spender Nate.
I couldn't decide, so
I don't blame you though. But also while we're on visual stuff, the music video is really interesting too for What Do I Call You. It's kind of it's basically Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or something like that, where it's you're trying to erase the memories of the old relationship or something, and then everyone's wearing these weird party masks or something like that. I guess
it's kind of interesting. I feel that's a popular concept in K-pop for a music video, that movie in particular.
I mean, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is just the perfect sad boy, sad girl movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Or Gondry by Hyuko, although that song is literally named after the director of the movie. So
yeah. So yeah, definitely good. If I haven't watched it in years, I should rewatch it again. But that's probably that's probably Jim Carrey's best. That's probably his best acting role ever.
I actually watched that movie because I liked the Hyuko song, and I was it's inspired by this. Everyone says it's a great movie, so I'll just watch it now.
yeah. So definitely really cool sort of MV concept. But yeah, I mean, even though I didn't like it as much, as much as GirlsSpkOut, it's still Taeyeon just sets the bar too high that even her albums are just, and I mean, it's not even an okay album. I love What Do I Call You? So album, it's just, so it's just she sets a bar so high that not everything necessarily meets it all the way.
Yep, she's just amazing. Oh, I really hope we get a full album later next year.
Probably, yeah.
Because if we think about the schedule that we've had so far, My Voice 2017, Purpose 2019, if you don't count the repackage, and then hopefully 2021, maybe early 2022, we'll get another full album.
Heavy metal full album.
No,
yes,
yes. No, we're gonna get next year. We're gonna get our SNSD comeback album.
We're gonna get SNSD comeback. We're gonna get Super W.
Yes, and we're gonna get Taeyeon metal album.
Taeyeon's just gonna be the
heavy metal album.
Taeyeon's just gonna be the mark of female SM artists sooner or later.
Yes, it's gonna be the year of dreams for K-pop.
Yep.
Or for year of dreams for Sohan, rather.
Yep. One day,
hopefully.
They opened some webpage on some site that.
That was weird. Seeing that.
I am. The only stand Twitter I participate in is on Twitter, and they're clowns 24/7.
Yeah,
they're like, guys, could this be it? With clown emojis, because they already know they look ridiculous.
Yeah, they're doing it. They know they're.
They know it's not a possibility.
We're self-aware. So. We're all old enough now at this point that we know we're just hoping for things that are never gonna happen.
Yep. Well, I know Tiffany is recording an album. So I hope that comes out soonish. Yeah.
Heavy metal album.
Dude, she said she wants to try rock, and Run for Your Life had rock elements and stuff, and her concert had rock elements.
Was all rock.
Dude, please give me that. I don't think it's gonna be like that though. I think it's gonna be more like Lips on Lips, but still, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Think
That's
we're good.
Pretty much everything we wanted to talk about. Hopefully, technical issues didn't destroy my audio.
Well, I mean, hey,
Robot Jacob. We kind of just got used to it at this point.
I mean, hey, you guys haven't had an episode in like forever, so they can handle a 2-hour episode. It's fine.
Also, I'm getting a new microphone, so hopefully those problems will just be gone by next episode if they're bad. So
yeah,
I mean,
yep,
it got pretty bad at some points, but we could always understand you at least, so should be fine.
Yep,
it'd be fun.
So yeah,
I don't know when I'll be back next. Maybe I'll be back.
Feels like it.
Yeah, I guess whenever I feel like it. So maybe when like IZ*ONE disbands, I'll be back. But
come back and cry.
Yeah, this is just 2 hours of me crying on camera because IZ*ONE's dead.
Actually, we recorded like a seamless, like really long seamless loop of you just crying on stream. We just make that the episode.
It's like those people that play like Ferret walking on an escalator until they release Gen like 5 or whatever remakes or something.
Yeah, Gen 4 remakes.
Gen 4 remakes. So, yeah, just me on a constant loop crying until IZ*ONE becomes permanent.
Yeah. Oh man.
So yeah.
So
TDA is next probably.
Yep.
Definitely something early next year we'll put out.
Yep.
So yeah, we're not gonna put out anything else this year just because the holiday breaks and stuff. But yeah, we'll come back next year and
after New Year's we should hopefully be back to our 2-week schedule. So
yep.
Yeah, I will. I'll probably be on when I'm not busy with Japanese class, but hopefully we'll see.
Yep. So I guess with that, thank you for listening. Like I mentioned earlier, join Discord if you want to get like connected with us and other fans, other K-pop fans. Talk about whatever we have. We don't even just talk about K-pop. We talk about anything. So
yeah, I
think we've cultivated a nice community there. So feel free to join. And tune in early next year, like after New Year's, we should have another episode. So get subscribed and expect that.
Yep.
Thank you and goodbye.
Stay creamy.
No, I wasn't gonna say it.
Throbbingly creamy.
No.
Oh, cat. If you're not watching the podcast, you should now, because there's a cat, and he just waved.
He's a natural. So, of course, as the resident Omar Girl stan, how do you feel about Yua's debut? And your bias?